All right, I just got home from work, and I'm going to season all these pans on the video that I did last week, and I wanted to show you how I do this in my pellet grill, right? And I'm going to do some things that are going to piss people off, and I gotta tell you, I kind of love that. So if you're watching this video a couple months from now, check out the comments, because I guarantee you there's going to be haters that don't think I'm using the right oil, that don't think you can never use a paper towel. That's all lies. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, and I'm going to show you why. So pretty much what I do is put everything in the grill so that I know everything's going to fit. And then with, yes, a paper towel, because I am not willing to soak one of my lint-free kitchen towels that I really like very much. I'm just not doing it. So what I'm going to do, oh, and hemp oil, I happen to have some, and I don't particularly like to cook with this stuff, so I'm trying to get rid of it. It doesn't have the flavor that I thought it would. Maybe some people really enjoy it, I don't, so I'm going to use it on my pans. If I had flaxseed oil, I would use that, because I do think it provides a little bit harder of a surface, but for this seasoning, I'm going to use hemp oil, and it is going to work just fine. So put a little oil on there and rub it in. The only rule really that I found, you can use any oil you want. It doesn't matter. None of it matters. I mean, as long as it's cooking, cooking oil. I don't think vegetable oil works as well as some other oils. You really might want to use a high temp oil, but no matter what you use, it's going to work. And the more time and energy you put into getting it in every little crevice, the better finish you're going to get. The only real rule that I abide by is I don't touch it with my fingers. So if I were to stick this in just like this and take my hand off of it, there could be a fingerprint right here that gets burned in. So I do recommend that you take the time to hold it with the rag like this when you set it in. All this lint, it doesn't matter. It's going to burn off. It makes no difference. Just get the oil on there, get it on evenly. You don't want any globs. Globs will melt into kind of a jelly, jelly chunk. And if you put too much oil on, it'll drip, and you'll get these like jelly globs around the outside. So probably less is better. But anyway, that's it. Wipe it on, and then don't touch it. Try to get it so that it'll use some planning on how it's going to fit. My advice. I do take care to get every little nook and cranny I can find. I want everything covered in oil. See a little dry spot right there. Wherever you overlap, like for instance, this pan is touching the handle bottom of that pan, there's going to be a mark. There's no way around it. This pan needs to go in front of that pan, so I'm going to take this one out first and get this one. So this pan has a little bit of corrosion right in the lettering. So I'm just going to put a little extra oil in there. First time I use it, especially if I use it on the grill on fire, it's going to burn right out, but I'll at least get a good coating in there in the meantime. All right, that one's ready. All right, 3 more. Now this pan, I'm going to season this in the grill here to get the whole thing, and then I'm going to put this on the stove and put a couple coats of oil, burn a couple coats in. If you watched my last video on how the different pans surfaces respond to seasoning, this pan is so smooth that you need a little bit extra, you need a little extra seasoning in there to build up, because unlike these more porous pans, the seasoning wants to sit up on top of the surface, and you just have to build layers with this type of surface. I'll do a video on that. And got 2 more. So back here is my brand new stargazer. This did come seasoned from Stargazer, but I'm going to season this a number of times in order to get that deep black finish. You'll see when this comes out, it'll look completely different. It'll be darker. Stargazers for some reason keep this bronze color for some period of time. You saw that other stargazer right here, which is very black. It just takes longer. It's just for some reason the type of iron and the way that they cast and finish it maintains this bronze color for just longer than most pans. I'm a little, I have to admit, I'm a little Stargazer biased. I bought my very first Stargazer, this one, during their Kickstarter. I love their story. If you check out their website, or please check out their website, it's just a really neat company. They put a tremendous amount of effort into each pan. They hand finish them. I mean, look at that. That's just beautiful. If I could have one pan, I'm telling you right now, it would be these Stargazers. All right, so don't forget to not, don't touch the pan as you slide it in. And by the way, I'm going to get marks here from the grill. So if you live alone or your spouse will not have a problem with you stinking up the house, then by all means, you can do this inside. But I like to do it out here. The grill maintains temperature really fine. I mean, yeah, I burn through some pellets, but who knows? Maybe I get a little smoky flavor in the seasoning. I'm only kidding. I doubt it. But it is a great way to season these pans without stinking up the house, and it is quite a pungent, burning oil smell when these things all get up to temperature. So I'm going to set this grill at 475, and the reason why I'm going to do that is because this particular Traeger runs a little bit hot, so it's going to be much closer to 500 during the hour that we're going to leave these in here. And what that'll do is, if I set it at 475, it won't go up to 525, for instance. All right, that's a little, see, this pan was already pretty well seasoned. It's a little thicker than I want it to be, but since it's on the bottom, I'm just gonna leave it. It'll likely drip a little bit. I love all this lint and the haters that say, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. Doesn't matter. All right, there we go. Everything is inside. I am going to just hit this one again. Actually, it was fine. It really looked good. I just wanted to make sure. It's one of my favorites. And then also, I wonder if that'll stay there for a second. Yeah. I can see where I didn't get some seasoning in here. So because this towel is now, paper towel is so much more saturated, I want to really just hit this and get every little OCD going on right now. There we go. Just want everything to be perfectly coated. All right, everything is coated. I'm going to wash my hands and then we'll fire up the grill. I'll be right back. Oh, I can't resist. Gotta just put a little coat of oil on there. Makes it so nice. Okay, all right, I'm done obsessing, washing my hands. I'll be right back. All right, I got plenty of pellets. I'm going to kick her on and we are going to go to 475. Oops. There we go, 475, and ignite. All right, we're going to close up, and we're going to bake these for an hour at 475. If for some reason I notice that it's running too cool or too hot, I will just adjust the temperature, but ideally I will be pretty close to 500 for the full hour. Okay, we're at 490, 485, 490. And see what I mean? I have it set at 475. I know it runs hot. It's still climbing. I think what I'll do is go up to 490. Oops. 490. And I'll just fool with it until it stays at 500. But smoking pretty good. And let's take a look. Ooh, look at that. Perfect. All right, they will bake in there for an hour, and then I'll let them do a full cool down, and I'll show you the end result. All right, we are done. I'm gonna do shutdown. Let's down to 485, and let's take a look. The handle is warm. Look at that. Nice and black. Even that brand new Stargazer is black. Man, they look good. They got a little layer of soot on them from the pellet grill, but I'm gonna let them cool down and then I'll show you each one of them. They're looking good. All right, this is actually the next morning, and here's what it looks like. Came out so nice. This grill is really, really even. I cooked a bunch of pot pies in here and I just kind of put them wherever, and all the crust on top was browned perfectly. So I really lucked out with this particular model. Super, super even. But this is the original Stargazer. It has a coating of like soot on it, you know, from the pellet grill. But amazing. There's that little os iron that I was really particular about getting the oil all over. And then here's a mark from the grill grate that just kind of wipes off. You see what I mean with the soot, but look at how black and perfect it is. Can't wait to see that new Stargazer. This is how many pellets I used. So this thing was totally full, and that's how many pellets it took for close to 500 for an hour. These look so good. I'm tempted to just do it again. Here's that field skillet that I'm going to season additionally. I'll show you how to do that. I'll actually do that tonight. Here's the larger os iron. Wow, beautiful. And notice the paper towel lint doesn't friggin' matter. People are nuts. Here's the GreaterGoods pan that was already seasoned really well. And look at that. I mean, it's like glass. A little bit of oil in my hands, but perfect. And last is the brand new Stargazer. It's going to take a few more seasonings, and it has some drips on it from the pans above. But I'm going to season this a few more times. But you can see it took on a black color way faster. Maybe it was the hemp oil. Maybe it was because it was a pellet grill, but it turned blacker faster than I've ever seen a Stargazer. So this one I'm going to build up the surface also. So we'll do these two, this one and this one right over here. I've got two burners, so I can pretty efficiently put some additional layers of seasoning on both of these. So stay tuned, we'll do that later.